Maya finally spoke again 2 days later. Her voice was stronger, but her eyes were changed. She sat across from Lucía and a detective. "Tell us about him," the detective said. Maya swallowed. "He never showed his face at first. Only his voice. He talked through the walls. Through speakers. Through Ethan." She looked down. "He told me I was chosen." "For what?" "To be kept." Lucía felt sick. Then something happened that no one expected. A letter arrived at the station. No return address. Inside was a single line written in careful block letters. "You found the wrong man first." They reopened every missing person case in Brookvale going back 20 years. They found a pattern. Young women. Vanished near Ethan's apartments. Near Daniel Rook's old family properties. Ethan hadn't been the origin. He'd been the student. When police returned to the barn, they broke through the second chamber. What they found was worse. Not a prison. A shrine. Photos of women. Dates written beside them. Locks of hair in labeled envelopes. And at the center, a mirror. With words carved into the frame. "Look at what you've become." 3 nights later, another letter arrived. This one longer. More confident. "Ethan was weak. I am not. You found my house. Now come find me." It was signed with one word. D. Then Maya remembered something else. A sound. On the 3rd night in the cell. Not Ethan's voice. A different one. Calm. Measured. Educated. He said. "You don't belong to him. You belong to me." Police traced the letters to a print shop. Security footage showed a man in a baseball cap. Tall. Thin. Walking with a limp. And when the camera tilted just enough, Lucía saw his face. She whispered. That's our neighbor." "Good. Then we stop playing safe." The story now turns from investigation into a hunt. Lucía couldn't stop staring at the paused security frame. The man in the baseball cap wasn't some stranger. He lived across from Maya's building. Unit 3C. Name on the mailbox. Daniel Rook. But that was impossible. Daniel Rook had vanished at 17. Declared dead. No body. No trail. Yet there he was. Older. Thinner. Still breathing. The boy who disappeared had grown into the man who never stopped watching. Police pulled Daniel's records. What they found made their blood run cold. Daniel had been legally dead for 19 years. No social security usage. No credit cards. No taxes. But someone had been paying rent. Utilities. Storage units. All in cash. Daniel had erased himself from the system, and rebuilt himself in the shadows. He made only one mistake. He stayed close. Close to Ethan. Close to the places he once controlled. And now, close to Lucía. Because Lucía started noticing things. A man across the street who always seemed to be outside when she left. A figure in the reflection of her phone screen. A shadow behind her at the grocery store. She was being hunted now. At 2:13 a.m., Lucía's phone rang. Unknown number. She answered. A man's voice spoke softly. "You took something that belongs to me." Lucía didn't breathe. "You took my girl." Her blood went cold. "Maya was never yours," Lucía said. A pause. Then the voice smiled. "She still is." The line went dead. The next morning, another woman vanished. Nina Brooks. 23. Waitress. Last seen walking home from her shift. Same pattern. Same time window. Same quiet street. Daniel wasn't done. He was escalating. Police decided to stop reacting. They were going to bait him. Lucía volunteered. She hated herself for it. But she knew something now. Daniel didn't just want control. He wanted recognition. So Lucía walked the same routes. At the same times. Alone. Mic on. Back up close. Too close for comfort. On the fourth night, she felt it. Not fear. Presence. Footsteps behind her. Slow. Measured. Not rushing. Enjoying the walk. Lucía, a man said behind her. She turned. And saw him. Daniel Rook. No mask. No disguise. Just calm eyes and a thin smile. "You're brave," he said. "Or very stupid." "I wanted to meet you," Daniel continued. "You took my favorite thing." Lucía's voice shook. "She's not a thing." Daniel tilted his head. "Everyone is a thing to someone." Police were listening. Waiting. Daniel leaned closer. "Ethan failed me. But you're interesting." Lucía said, "You're going to prison." Daniel smiled. "No. I'm going to make you understand." And then. He ran. Daniel disappeared into the alleys. Police swarmed the area. Helicopters. Dogs. Flashlights slicing through the dark. They found nothing. Except a note taped to Lucía's door when she got home. "Part of the game is letting you think you're winning." The next day, Maya remembered something else. A smell. On the nights Daniel spoke. Not Ethan's apartment. Not the barn. Something else. "Gasoline," Maya whispered. "And flowers." Police froze. Because only one place in Brookvale smelled like both. The old greenhouse on Rook property. Burned down years ago. They searched the ruins. Dug beneath the blackened soil. And found. A tunnel entrance. Chains. And Nina Brooks' jacket. Daniel hadn't stopped. He'd just moved underground. That night, Lucía got another call. Same voice. Calm. Controlled. "You're getting closer," Daniel said. "But so am I." Lucía whispered, "To what?" Daniel paused. "To you." The line went dead. And at that exact moment, her front door handle began to turn. Lucía stood frozen in her living room. The doorknob moved slowly. Carefully. Not forced. Not rushed. Whoever was outside knew she was home. She reached for her phone, no signal. Dead zone. The lock clicked. The door opened 3 inches. And then. Police lights flooded the street. The handle stopped. Footsteps ran. By the time officers burst in, the hallway was empty. But on the floor. A single white rose. Still wet with dew. The rose wasn't romance. It was a warning. Inside the stem, folded and hidden, was a note. "You're learning how close I can get." Lucía broke down. Not from fear. But from rage. Daniel believed one thing too strongly. That he was smarter than everyone. That mistake is what gets monsters caught. Because while he was focused on Lucía, he forgot about Maya. And Maya was remembering more. Maya woke up screaming one night. She told detectives she remembered a song. Not on the speaker. Not on Ethan's phone. A song Daniel hummed. Softly. Off-key. It was an old children's lullaby. A rare one. The kind only a few schools in Brookvale used in the 90s. Only one teacher still alive had taught it. Daniel Rook's mother. Police went to her old house. Condemned. But still standing. They broke in. The basement had fresh footprints. Fresh food wrappers. And behind a false wall. A control room. Monitors. Maps. Schedules. And one photo taped to the center screen. Lucía. Next to the photo was a digital timer. Already running. 00:09:17. 00:09:16. They didn't know what it meant. They didn't want to find out. Maya understood before anyone else. He's going to take her, she said. Lucía was next. Daniel had moved past games. He wanted replacement. Police didn't pull Lucía out. They used her as bait again. But this time, she knew. This time, she was ready. Mic on. Location shared. Gun in her bag. Lucía walked alone. And Daniel followed. He stepped out of the dark like he'd always been there. You disappoint me, Daniel said. You were supposed to be afraid. Lucía said. You were supposed to be dead. He smiled. So were your girls. Daniel finally talked. Not to confess. But to explain. I don't kill them, he said. I erase them. From who they were. Into what I need. Lucía's voice broke. You're sick. Daniel nodded. Yes. He reached for her. Lucía pulled the gun. Daniel froze. For the first time. He looked surprised. Police rushed in. Shouting. Lights everywhere. Daniel tried to run. A shot rang out. He went down. Not dead. But finished. They found Nina alive. Barely. They found 3 more hidden chambers. Daniel had never stopped. He had only waited. Months later. Lucía visited Maya in recovery. Maya was healing. But she said something that still haunts Lucía. He told me once, Maya whispered. That there are more like him. Lucía asked, where? Maya looked at the window. At home. If this story shocked you, make sure you like the video. Subscribe for more true crime stories. Turn on notifications so you never miss an upload. Comment below, would you have suspected the neighbor? Your support helps the channel grow.